In this video, I'm going to be taking you through every Princess Leia figure and card back released in the Vintage Collection. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be taking you through every single Princess Leia figure and card back released in the Vintage Collection, including the early VOTC, which we have here, and also from the Vintage Saga collection, which I kind of count as being Vintage Collection figures. They were the ones that came out a few years before, but I really do count those as being part of the Vintage Collection, so we're going to include those. Now, usually in these videos I would rank them from worst to first or worst to best or whatever, but I've decided to change that up a little bit, and I'm just going to go through every single one that's come out in order, and then at the very end of the video I'm going to give you my top 3 favourite Princess Leia figures from the Vintage Collection. Now, with all that being said, if you do happen to like this video, don't forget to drop a like down below, because that really does help the video and the channel in general. And of course, if you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the little notification bell so that you never miss any of my future videos. Alright then, so first up we have Princess Leia Organa on the classic Star Wars A New Hope card, or just Star Wars if you're as old as I am and you just called it Star Wars back in the day. This is part of the Vintage Original Trilogy collection, and this was released in 2004. And of course, as I mentioned, it is the classic card back from Star Wars, one of the first 12. And when we talk about the figure of this one, this is one of the figures that definitely needs an update. The head sculpt and the body and the soft goods just doesn't work for me on this figure. It really does need an update. Obviously, we've got the swivel elbows as well in there. So 2004, it's a 16-year-old figure. Definitely needs updated on this card back, and I'll be really happy when they do that. Next up, from 2006, we have Princess Leia Organa in her combat poncho from Return of the Jedi. As I mentioned, this is the Vintage Saga collection. 2006, 2007, these came out. Spread across those 2 years, but again, a lovely card back. This is one of the original 96, just like the one that we've just shown you there. Classic card back, this one, and again, one of the figures that we desperately need updating. And considering that the Black Series has just got an amazing version of this figure, I would love for Hasbro to scale that down and give us that figure, exactly that design with that very cool looking poncho on this card back, but as part of the Vintage Collection. So there you go, that is the Princess Leia in combat poncho from the Vintage Saga collection. Next up we have Leia Hoth on the Empire Strikes Back card, and this was the first Leia to be included in the official Vintage collection. She is VC02, as I mentioned, on that Empire Strikes Back card. Nice figure, this one, with the Boba Fett offer sticker there, and this is the first release of it, the 2010. And as you can see there with the old cards, they used to show you what the original card and figure used to be, what this is based on. And as you can see, this card did exist back in those vintage days from 1980 to 1982, the original Leia card. Very nice indeed. And of course, they did take the opportunity to re-release this in 2019, I think it was. And if we just take a look at that one here, here it is. This is the reissue card. You can tell it's the reissue card because of the back there, but it's still got the number VC02, Vintage Collection logo there. And basically the difference between the two is just an updated photoreal face. So you can see the difference there. If I just show you there. This one's a lot more lifelike. She looks like a bit of a China doll in that one. So that's actually one of the ones where they've actually done a half decent job on re-releasing the figure. Some of the ones recently have, you know, the new updated face just hasn't been as good as the previous one. So, but yeah, props to them. They did a better job with this one, it's got to be said. Next up is the Return of the Jedi Princess Leia slave outfit. And this one, as you can see, I do have it with the limited edition Boba Fett sticker, offer sticker there. And there she is in the bubble. This figure and card back has become quite rare. Let me know in the comment section below which one you think is rarer, the Return of the Jedi card or the Revenge of the Jedi card. This is the Return of the Jedi card, VC64, and of course with the classic Vintage Collection it does show you the original figure, or the first release of that figure, which was in the Power of the Force 2 line in 1995. Very nice indeed. Expensive on the secondary market, this one, and this one's really nice, unpunched card, really happy with that one. But of course, there was the variant Revenge of the Jedi card, and here it is here. So as you can see, Revenge of the Jedi, and again it does have the offer sticker, same as the one before. Exactly the same, everything else, it's just literally Revenge of the Jedi. Now, I am aware that there are other variants with foreign languages and the name pill and things like that, but I'm not really too concerned about that. It's just, for me, the figure and the card back, Revenge, Return, I've got them both, so that's really good. Next up is VC88 Leia Sandstorm outfit on the Return of the Jedi card. So there you can see VC88 on the back. I love this card back, loads of colour. This really does take me back to the original sort of vintage days, with all the other figures on the back with their little coloured backdrops and stuff. A couple of vehicles on there, really awesome. Obviously the Leia Sandstorm outfit wasn't officially in the film, it was from the Blu-ray release cuts from the film. And this one's a good figure because essentially if you want a Slave Leia loose and you don't want to pay silly prices for the actual Slave Leia figure, essentially the figure underneath that poncho is the Slave Leia figure. So if you wanted a cheaper option, that's the one to go for. And that's your VC88. I did like the way they did that though, bringing out sort of deleted scene figures, pretty cool. And that's Leia Sandstorm. Next up is Princess Leia Bespin outfit on the Empire Strikes Back card back, and lovely image of Carrie Fisher there, and the figure isn't too bad either, but as you can see the face there, that isn't a great head for Leia, I've got to admit. The rest of the figure looks great. I love the outfit, I love the soft goods and everything. It really replicates the outfit from the film, but that face is a little bit dodgy. I can't really see Carrie Fisher too much in there, and if there's ever one for a photo reel, it's that one, but I'm not even sure the photo reel would help that. I think you'd probably need a whole new sculpted face, but maybe from that angle it's not actually too bad. But face on, for me, it's not a great representation of Carrie Fisher in my opinion. But she is VC 111 or 111, and again, great back of the card there with all the other figures. On to VC 134, and it is the Princess Leia Organa in Bossk outfit, or the Bounty Hunter disguise outfit, and I was really pleased when they announced this one, even though it is a repack from the Black Series line, the 3.75 inch Black Series. This figure you can get so easily, but I love the card back. This is a classic Return of the Jedi card back, again one of the 96 from the original line. As I mentioned, she's VC 134. Some figures on the back there. So there you go. Great figure, really good figure from the vintage line. Even the original 1983 figure of this is a brilliant figure, and such a great concept in the film. I remember being a kid in '83, and when I first saw it, I had no clue that was Leia. So as a 7-year-old, I was fooled. So awesome character, great figure. And the final Princess Leia figure is the Princess Leia Organa on Yavin. So this is the Yavin ceremony figure here. This one again is a repack from the 3.75 inch Black Series line, but with the photo reel on the face there. But this is just a stunning card back. I mean, they've chosen an amazing picture there. Even though she's not facing forward, I don't think you can really ask for a better image of Carrie Fisher there. Absolutely stunning. Love the green on this card back. Love the Star Wars chase, of course. And the funny thing about this one is that she was originally 164 in the line, and I do have that figure, but it's just packed away in a box, so I can't show you that one. But there is a variant where she's VC 164, but because they cancelled Darth Revan, she was moved to 150. But some of them were already produced as VC 164, and I think that is probably the more expensive of the two. But yeah, great looking card back. Right then, on to my top 3. Which 3 out of all of those are my favourites and why? Alright, so in third place it is the Bossk disguise Leia. Now, this is really difficult to pick 3 out of all of those amazing card backs. It's, you've got some stunning card backs in there for different reasons. You've got some classic ones from the vintage line, the original Leia card backs, and then you've also got some other ones which have been reimagined for the vintage collection with different outfits that you never got back in that vintage line. But This one was from the vintage line, and this one is the Bossk disguise. And for reasons that I just discussed a few minutes ago in the video, you know, I love the concept of the Bossk disguise, the bounty hunter. I think it's just great. And then obviously removable helmet there. And the way they've put it in the little bubble there, just like back in the day, that's great as well. But yeah, great looking card back, this one. And that is in 3rd place. And in 2nd place, we have Princess Leia Organa in the Yavin ceremony outfit. I mean, just look how great it looks. I mean, obviously the figure isn't the best figure. I'm kind of ranking my top 3 on card backs here. I'm not really sort of going into details of the figure, but she looks good enough there in the bubble, really. But as a figure to, you know, hold and get out of the package and articulate and stuff, she isn't the best. It has to be said, but you can't argue with that card back. Carrie Fisher just looks amazing. And yeah, VC 150. She is in 2nd place. And in 1st place, we have Princess Leia Bespin outfit. And again, I just love Carrie Fisher in The Empire Strikes Back. And these are some of her best scenes. Also, when she's in her Bespin escape outfit, which is definitely something that we obviously need and that we are getting next year. And I really can't wait to see which card back image they choose for that figure. I mean, that one may even go straight to #1 when they bring that out, if they pick the right image. So let's hope they do. But this one for me is a great image, and the figure isn't too bad either. Obviously, you know, as I mentioned before, the face isn't too great, but for a combo, decent looking figure and card back, it's a stunning card back. VC 111. But as I mentioned, it is so hard to choose which one's your favourites, because, you know, even the original Princess Leia Organa on that Star Wars card is just an absolute classic. How would you think that that wouldn't get into your top 3? But at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's a very dated figure now, and for me it just needs updating. But this one here is my top 1. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite Princess Leia from the vintage collection, card back and figure. Let me know in the comments. And as I mentioned before, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it, and we shall see you on the next one.